Hi everyone. Yes, it's September. Yay, it's September. But just because it might be warm in your part of the world and it's not so warm in mine, doesn't really mean it's spring just yet. Just because they say 1st of September is spring doesn't actually make it spring. 23rd of September is, of course, the spring equinox, and that's when hopefully we can really start expecting better weather. Although here in Cape Town, we get that false spring followed by more freezing cold. So hopefully we'll be able to get into our summer gear pretty soon. But things are warming up in the zodiac, and let's see what's ahead for you in this month. Aries, it looks like you've got family business to deal with, and it's not going to be that much fun or that easy. Hopefully, that just means because it just takes some time and energy out of your life, but it might also mean you need to tread a little bit carefully, especially when it comes to siblings, people on your own age group, or people like that in the family. This is not a great time to get involved in any kind of a conflict. Much better to work on sorting things out. There's also travel involved in this period for you, and hopefully that's travel to get away from it all, but it may very well be travel to do with all that sibling and family stuff. So it's a good time to kind of get it all done. Things need to be done. You will get a lot of baggage cleared and old stuff let go of, all of that if you just focus on keeping the peace, keeping harmony, and getting it all done. There's new things for you to learn in the process. So maybe this is also a time you'll find a different way to experience and have to do all those family affairs and family responsibilities, leaving you lighter and clearer in the end. So it's worth it. Taurus, it's all about getting back to basics and dealing with what needs to be done at home, around the house, and in the family this month. It is mostly a really good time to be dealing with all those domestic issues. So, this is a chance to literally clear out whatever needs to be cleared. Great time for some spring cleaning just in time. And if it's the emotional stuff in the domestic life and the people living in the house, well, it's also a good time for clearing all of that up. It does look like a busy month, though, and even with all that domestic stuff, there's going to be a lot of work involved. But this is one of those months where everything seems to demand a lot of energy from you. And that means you need to make sure to try and balance things a little bit with fun, pleasure, even just chilling out and making sure that you're not overdoing things. You may very well feel inspired, which is great, but it doesn't look like you're using your energy very successfully. It's all this overdoing is going to have you exhausted, and potentially that will take a hit on your health. So your lesson for the month is stuff has to be done, all the domestic stuff, but that and work and everything else that has to be done balanced against fun, pleasure, a little bit of R&R just to keep it even keeled, and you'll even potentially end the month in a healthier state. But it's up to you this month. Gemini, this month is all about sharing. And sharing is something you're pretty good at. You're a very social person and you like people and you enjoy doing things with people, keeping things happy, and all of those things that sharing is going to benefit. But you've got to make sure not to overdo it. Firstly, it's important that you get as much out of the sharing as they get. And secondly, well, the chart says this is really about shared pleasures. It's not about giving stuff kind of sharing. It's about things that you do together, things that you enjoy together, and things that grow you and another person together. So that means relationship stuff, the main area of that, and we're talking about personal, close, romantic type of relationships. In business partnerships or other style partnerships, that same thing applies. It's looking at how can we both benefit from what we're doing. It might be an exchange, a quid pro quo kind of a thing, but it's all about making sure the equal benefits in everything we're doing. So it's a little bit more than sharing. It's about equanimity and balance and making sure everyone's on the same page, everyone's working towards the common goal, and everyone's benefiting both in your personal life and in your professional life. But it looks like it's going to produce some great outcomes. Have a good time. Cancerians, So much to do, so little time to do it in, and that gets you motivated. Only problem is you may find yourself kind of being a bit of a slave to time, and worst case scenario is slave to what you need to do for other people at this time. So this is an important time to make sure that you're not overdoing things and giving all of your energy for what benefits other people other than yourself. It doesn't mean they're exploiting you or that there's a loss of that kind. It just means that you need to make sure that your energies are properly used so that you benefit from them as well. Because your chart suggests this is a great time for your own projects, your own needs, also to take some center stage, even for you to benefit from the fact that the people around you may very well be in a position to do something for you. So I suspect that all that slavery that your child is warning about is you just taking it on and saying, I may as well do the stuff. I've just got to get it done. And no one's actually asking you to do anything. So maybe step back and think, hang on a second, do they really expect that? Or is this just me being a bit of a hero? You don't have to be a hero this month. They're all here for you at this time. As I said, center stage. So that means your needs being met, or even if it just means take some time to be appreciated by those around you and those who love you. They want to do it. Leos, the focus is on your relationships this month. There looks like it could be shaky at first in the early stages of the month, but things can sort themselves out. And there's an opportunity to make some fresh starts in some areas of your relationship. Of course, for some Leos, that fresh start is an altogether new relationship. And of course, that's Leos who are currently single and starting a new relationship. But in so many ways, this month is about new beginnings and fresh beginnings, not only in your personal life, but in other areas as well. You'll find that things that have been put into place can start showing some fruit while there is still time to put new things into place. There's so much to gain from just setting things in motion and just laying that foundation for things to grow well. But of course, in your relationships with other people, and that's not only the romantic personal relationships, but business relationships and all sorts of other people, this is also time to put some things in place to make sure that that relationship thrives in the way that you want it to and that you can benefit in the way that you want to. Let's face it, Leos need a little bit of attention, they need a little bit of energy from other people, and they need a little bit of appreciation shown to them. So just make sure you set things up in all your relationships that that's what's coming your way, and the relationship's going to work even better. Virgos, this is a month to start sourcing stuff. There are things that you need in order to pursue some of your goals, get it done, or complete existing goals. And this is the month for sourcing that and sourcing it from people who want to help, even if they don't know that they do. You're usually the helpful one, offering help to everyone. That's in your nature. I'm sure you'll be doing plenty of that. But this is a time for other people to help you. And this is a time for you to assert that, if not demand that in some kind of way, because you're going to find they're amazingly willing to do it. You don't have to uh, kind of step out of your comfort zone in order to make those demands. Maybe a little bit more charm will make you feel more comfortable, but people are willing, people are actually quite drawn to you at this particular time. And it might sound a little bit like exploitation, but you need to make sure that you're gaining from those drawings to you as well. There will be that in your personal life, and you don't need to gain or exploit it in any way in your personal life. But in terms of completing goals, it's time for a bit of repayment. You're always the one who's helping everyone else. Now's the time for everyone else to help you. So don't be shy to look for resources and ask for resources that can be found in all those lovely people who seem so willing to help. Librans, you might be a little bit torn between the comfortable, safe, familiar way that you've been doing something all along, or venturing out and trying altogether new ways, and even unknown and untested ways of doing what you got to do. For the most part, of course, it's the new that's going to work. I mean, listen, the old will continue to do whatever it's done in the past, but maybe it hasn't been doing enough, and maybe it's kind of outworn its value a little bit. And anyway, what have you got to lose by trying something new? Well, it's not even a question of what you've got to lose or not. It's a question of making sure that your project or your path or whatever it is going to move forward. And that's what takes some new input or new information of some kind. So, at the very least, shake yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone and go out and get it. It's going to take a little bit of effort and a little bit of courage in order to do what you have to do this month, but that's going to really pay off in the sense that that will bring what's new and useful into your life. Maybe there'll be an opportunity to travel as well. That's a great way to expose yourself to new things and get a little bit of inspiration. So take advantage of any opportunity to put yourself in an altogether new space, and that's what it'll invite the new into your life, new solutions to old problems. Scorpios, maybe you need to find a few Librans to share some ways with. The Librans are busy looking for new solutions to old problems, and it looks like for Scorpio too, there might be a bit of a challenge in getting things completed. Goals are very much at the forefront at this time, and there are opportunities to complete things or to advance in your ambitions in some way. But it does look like you're going to have to innovate in order to complete that. You're going to have to bring something new or bring new people into the picture in order to be able to complete those goals. Even if not, and you're not great at bringing others in, you'd much rather just get on with it yourself and do what you've got to do. So even if that's not the case, it just means never mind the other people, you're still going to have to find those innovative ways yourself. There could be a bit of frustration because old ways are not working, and that's what's going to require you to at least get some input or some kind of inspiration that's going to allow you to do things in a different kind of a way. Go slowly because next month will be easier for you. The frustration will eventually move on. Right now, things are moving more slowly than you might be comfortable with, and you've just got to adapt yourself to that speed. You'll feel less frustration. There'll be more opportunity to kind of look around and find new ways to do things, and then you'll be moving forward again. Sagittarius, it's a month of fun and friendship. Well, fun doesn't mean just having a good time. It means a lot of sense of reward and pleasure from what you have to do, but you have to do it. It does look like there's a lot of work or energy required in things that need to get done, but a lot is going to get done in a short space of time, which is how you like it. You don't usually like things to get dragged out in any kind of way. So this is a great opportunity just to kind of give it your all. And it looks like people are helping, people are willing to help, and it might even be group efforts or shared goals that are able to benefit from all of this. Benefit is the word. It is a rewarding month. It is a month of gain. You are going to see literally payoff, financial gain in terms of your working life or some important projects that can produce that. But you're also going to get the gain of the social connections, friendship, and the doing stuff together that seems to be so all over your chart at the moment. It's a little bit like there's luck on your side and you gaining from almost anything that you do. Pretty much, as long as you do it together, the gains are even going to be bigger. So rope them all in, get it all done. It's done fast in time for maybe some real fun without all that hard work by the time we get to next month. Capricorn, things could be feeling a little bit rough at the moment. There seems to be kind of pressure from all sides, financial pressure, could suddenly be debts coming up or things from the past suddenly all arriving on your plate at the same time. And you might find yourself spending a lot of time on your own, slogging away in the background, kind of having to deal with it all. Well, this is a great time for you to even assess, well, where does my power end? And actually learn to perhaps let go of some of those responsibilities that aren't actually yours. It's not up to you to do everything and change everything and handle everything. And maybe this is a good opportunity to learn that by having to let go of all of that stuff. Focus on the essentials. The financial stuff has to be dealt with. Don't let it overburden you. But the other essential is by letting go of all of that stuff, some quality time alone instead of finding yourself all alone. Quality time alone is meditation, it's reflection, it's time spent with your spiritual life so that you can really think about what are the limits of my responsibilities and my powers in the world, and liberate yourself from some of that to start feeling a little bit freer in the world. You're not in charge of everything, and it's a good thing. And this is a time to really get a grip of that. Aquarius, it kind of feels like full steam ahead. Everything might look like it's in place for full steam ahead, but things are not quite what they seem. So a little bit of caution this month is advised before you do any full steaming ahead, and actually check that things are what you need them to be. It might actually take some adjustment before that's true. Things not being what they seem means that you're going to have to let go of some stuff. You're going to have to find new resources or new ways to do what needs to be done. And that's going to take a little bit more time than you might be anticipating. So, Aquarius, slow down. That's what you're going to have to do. Slow down and be a bit more careful in all your enterprises this month. And that's how you're going to get much better results. But it isn't even really a time of results. It's a time of adjusting what you need to do and kind of where you want to go with what's really possible and with what's really available at this particular time. That is going to be a much more constructive investment of your time and efforts than actually getting on with it. And maybe you can save the getting on with it for next month when things are more likely to produce the kind of results that you're looking for. So hold your horses a little bit. Pisces, this looks like a great rewarding month for you. Firstly, financially, this might be a time where you see an increase in your resources, more money coming in, or more ability to hang on to the money that you've got. But you can always use your free will to undermine that ability. So while things are not slipping through your fingers, unexpected expenses, there's none of that kind of stuff going on. It does look like you're more willing to actually shell out the bucks than you need to be. Your chart suggests you might be spending money on either things which don't benefit you and perhaps benefit other people more, or just more money than you need to on things you don't even need to be spending money on. This is a month to focus on accumulating, not on spending. So the easiest way to rope that in is to make sure that all the spending is about you. It doesn't mean you become selfish and mean and horrible. It just means this is not a great time for making sacrifices and for being excessively charitable. Your naturally charitable ways can continue as they normally are, but just because you're getting more doesn't mean you've got to spend more or let it all hang out or give it away. So this is a month to build your resources, make a solid foundation, a nest egg for yourself in whatever way is possible. Even if those resources aren't exactly always money, it's a month of gain, and you want to hang on to some of those gains.